Hey Jonathan, did you know it's NoFap November?
Yeah, it is no Fap November. Don't you mean no nut November?
Uh, what? So what? That's not what it is.
Yeah, no nut November. Like that's when you don't nut.
Oh, I thought February. I thought it was just NoFap November.
Well, they're the same thing.
So hey everybody, welcome to Drawn Games. I'm Jordan.
I'm Jonathan, and this is Drawn to Games, the podcast about video games with art on the side.
That's right. Two half people showing up together to be one in podcasting form.
Yeah,
One half of one half.
two halves make a whole, and a whole lot of trouble. That's what I say.
Whole lot of double.
I love Pokemon.
Wait. Is that Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon. Double trouble. Walk in
Oh,
trouble. Big
that's not what they
trouble.
say though.
Gonna capture Pikachu. It's the 4 Kids
Spe-
song.
Specifically Pikachu.
Yes, they haven't you watched the Pokemon show? They always want to capture Pikachu.
I know about the Rocket people, but I don't know anything else
You never watched
beyond that.
Pokemon.
Nope.
Wow. What kind of
Wow.
childhood did you have?
What? I watched Yu-Gi-Oh. That was my type of thing, man.
Oh, I see. Were you a Digimon person as well?
No, I saw the advertisements for that, but I never watched it. Ain't my
Mmm.
type of dealio, bro, Leo.
Lolio.
Bro, Lolo. Bro, Lolio.
Well, you have the chance to relive the anime all over again with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Are you gonna get that?
What do you think?
Uh,
Give me four hints specifically.
mm, no,
That's it.
maybe.
Oh, I don't even remember. No, no, I'm not going to.
My aunt is really excited about it. Me and her and my dad have been really big avid fans of Pokemon Go.
Which
And,
ant?
the one who lives nearby next to me.
Oh, I didn't know you had one that lived next to you.
Yeah, I have a lot of aunts.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, it's kind of cute. She and my dad have actually started to memorize uh the Pokemon that when and as opposed to like when I was a kid, they were just like, oh, that's Pikachu, and then they didn't care about anything else. Now they're saying, oh, that's Stunky, or oh, that's Hitmontop, or and they're also trying to memorize all of the different typings so that it gives them an advantage when they go fight a gym.
What kind of Pokemon is Stunky?
Stunky, it's a little skunk Pokemon. It's poison, and then it turns into Skuntank.
Is that the dumping diver Pokemon?
No, that
Is
is
that right?
Trubbish and Garbodor.
They're dumpster
If you,
diving?
yeah, they're actually trash. They're trash Pokemon. They're made out of trash.
I think this last show lasts too long. There's too many
No,
Pokemon now.
no. I
Start
mean,
giving up.
on the Earth, there is like a cajillion different species of animals. Why should there not be an infinite amount of Pokemon?
Did any of them like kill humans and eat them?
What Pokemon? Predatory Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure they do. It's implied, but maybe that they just don't go into it that
I guess
often.
you can't really do that since it's a kid's show.
I mean, the manga, the Pokemon manga, when like there are Pokemon who eat other Pokemon, so it's implied that Pokemon can kill humans and eat them. But
I
all of
feel
the
like if
Pokemon,
Pokemon existed, it'd be a lot scarier of a world. It
yeah,
would be very nice. I think people would be murdered all the time for the
yeah,
amount that there is.
bioterrorism. I mean, there's already bioterrorism in the Pokemon world, so just imagine that like tenfold.
Well, I
It's
would
like
imagine like overpopulation or something like that.
Overpopulation, why?
of just Pokemon and humans combined together.
Well, I mean, right now there's only 600 Pokemon species, so the
Wouldn't there be
biodiversity.
multiples of the Pokemon though, like families and stuff?
Well, what do you mean? Like,
Like they would breed, and then there'd be more and more and more.
yeah, but you can always control like animal breeding through like, there was this like invasive species like the sugarcane toad. They had to like introduce, what was it? They had to introduce like, no, there was like, I mean, the point is there's like been times in human history where we accidentally let loose a species that wasn't supposed to be there, and it ruined the environment, so we had to like introduce another species that would take care of it, or like manually pick them out of the environment one by one. So I think, I don't know, humans are have ingenuity, they have good sense, environmental sense sometimes. So I think it'd be possible. It's just impossible to think about now because you've never been with a Pokemon before.
I don't know. I'm sure there's humans screwing Pokemon somewhere.
Anyways, my aunt is thinking,
Anyways,
now that I have a Nintendo Switch, my aunt is thinking about getting Let's Go Eevee because she really likes Eevee, and she's never experienced a Pokemon adventure like the original RPG games before. So I think this might be a good jumping off point for her if she wanted to like get into it. Although I don't think she'll get really I don't know if she'll get hooked by it. Once you introduce like she's fine whenever you just need to throw a ball at something and you need to just tap something, but once you start introducing like type weaknesses and like the meta game of Pokemon, I don't know if she would get that deep into it, but I think it'd be cool to see what kind of Pokemon she picks up on her Pokemon journey. I always wanted my family to be more involved in Pokemon, and I guess I got the wish with Pokemon Go. Thanks, Pokemon Go. Even though you support like nonprofit organizations that hate autistic people.
oh man, you really look into all this stuff. Find the
Yeah,
danger of people.
this is what games journalism is all about, Jordan.
Well, I'm not negative about the world. Sorry.
I'm not negative either.
Be positive, everyone.
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying this is this is what's happening right now.
Well, the world's gonna explode. We're all gonna die, but we still got a little while, right?
Yeah.
As long as we can last.
Let's just play Pokemon and just forget about and just call it a day.
It's too late, Jonathan. You're gonna die now.
Here
and now.
Omae wa shinderu. You got to do the line, Jordan.
What is that reference to?
Fist of the North Star. It's like you are already dead, and then he goes.
Oh. I didn't say you were already dead.
Well, you
Smart way
basically
to look
said
at
that.
You're already. Oh, I guess I did.
So
Not
what
dead
did you?
yet.
So what's been going on, Jordan? Anything exciting happening at the old work zone?
Just the same thing. Ever since I got that new area I started working in.
Did you run into any crazy people yet?
No, nothing that would be worse than a cashier. I mean, that's when you really run into everybody.
I see.
What about you? How's your new job going?
It's going good. Still a lot of training. I'm getting more responsibilities now, which is exciting and a little bit terrifying, but I'm excited for it. I like working in an office and just having that sort of schedule that comes along with it.
Why don't you just keep on bragging about it?
I'm not trying to brag.
See how
This
it
is this is just how it is, okay? That's my catchphrase for today.
You have to sing the song now if you're gonna do it.
What song?
That's just the way it is.
I don't think I know that one.
You don't know that song?
That's just the way it is. Is that how it goes?
I don't think so.
But
Anyways.
yeah, but the company I work for did have a Halloween party where everyone dressed up and gave candy out to the kids, and it was Mario themed, and I did wear my Change Hom costume, and it was a big hit. So says all of the people who came by that I gave candy to, and a lot of my coworkers really liked. Yeah, everyone liked my costume. It was fun. It was a fun time. Oh yeah. Uh, Voting for the midterm elections happened. I binge watched Netflix's Castlevania series, and that was really good.
Gosh, so the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing, all of season 1 and 2. I mean, there's only 12 episodes, so it wasn't that hard.
You say that now. Try watching through the Walking Dead.
I don't think I want to.
How many seasons is there now? 10?
I think so. And then Fear the Walking Dead.
Was that still going?
I don't know. I don't keep up with that show.
I don't heard anything about that. I don't hear much about any of that stuff anymore. I don't think anyone watches it anymore.
Well, I heard Rick Grimes was about to be over the saga.
That saga. Maybe the show should be over and stop making it.
Yeah, but if you liked the Castlevania games, you'll definitely enjoy Netflix's Castlevania.
I don't know if people enjoy it just based off of the Castlevania game. I mean, there wasn't much story in that anyways.
But it fleshes out. It has an interesting world building. It gives a lot of personality and humanity to Dracula and the characters from mainly Castlevania 3.
I don't need
plus
humanity.
A few familiar faces. What?
Dracula's just a villain. He's just a vampire. What do I need humanity for?
Well, he's a tragic villain, though.
He deserves to be stabbed and killed.
No, his wife.
Yes.
His wife died, and now he's really sad. So that's why he
poor
wants
sucker. Kill him. He kills other people.
Oh, sad
He
dad.
can suffer.
And then his son has to like try and stop him, and it's like there's this familial angst that's happening, and it's really good.
Show sucks. Don't watch it, anyone.
Oh, I also got speaking of bites, I got my flu shot. Make sure you guys get vaccinated. I'm particularly late when it comes to it, but it's not too late. Just go to your local pharmacy and get vaccinated for the flu. Don't be a carrier.
What if I want the flu?
You don't want the flu.
I enjoy suffering.
What is going on with you today? You're such Miss Debbie Downer.
You're the Debbie Downer.
I am not being a Debbie Downer. Do I sound like I'm being a Debbie Downer?
I'm a happy-go-lucky man. I'm always happy.
Well, that's what happened with me. Basically. But we do have a shout out. Someone wanted to shout him out. And it's friends of the show, Chase and Lila. And they said, or they sent in, they say, good luck and keep up the good work, Jonathan and Jordan. You guys are off to a good start. Winky face.
What, do they want to screw us or something?
What? No, they were just wishing us good luck.
I like the what?
Well, I mean, if they were.
Gosh. So now he's embarrassing himself. I know they didn't watch the new episodes. We did not get a lot of views on that. Don't lie to me.
Well, they must. Well, I do. I mean, okay, let's just move on.
Awkward pause.
Thank you, Chase and Lila, for your continued listening. I hope you enjoy the continuing episodes, the continuing saga of Drawn to Games.
Continuing as long as we can last.
Yeah.
Until
which
Jonathan
is forever.
Gets a better job and then leaves us all behind.
No. Hey, come on.
Starts his own family.
Oh my, Jordan, what are you doing? You are bringing the morale down.
How is you having a family of bringing the morale down?
Well, you're talking about things that don't have any bearing on what's going to happen. And you keep talking about the fate of the show.
The fate of us. I'm always
The Last of Us. I thought you said you were always happy-go-lucky. Now you're not even saying words anymore.
Bag, man. What? I went to bed at 4 yesterday. What do you want? I can only give you so much energy.
Well,
Don't smack your lips and make that noise at the same time.
Okay, let's just talk about what's been happening in the Gameoverse.
We need a sound for the Game of voice.
Gameoverse.
Gamers.
Air horns.
Awesome air horns.
That would be
Speaking of Gamerverse, who's our sponsor today, Jonathan?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Today we're being sponsored by the I was gonna say the Gameo shirts.
Oh yes, the Gameo shirts from a generic game site now.
Generic Sutra.
Generic. What is Sutra?
It's like Gamma Sutra, but generics.
Like
Gamma Sutra
Japanese
is a
shirts or
gaming.
something?
No, Gamma Sutra is a gaming news site.
Oh, well, it's just generic.com where you can buy all the latest game merchandise.
Yeah, plenty of not Mountain Dew, plenty of crates full of just t-shirts that just say gamer and nothing else.
Gamer and generic soldiers and generic Halo soldier.
Never again will you be asked, oh, are you a Halo fan, or are you one of those console gamers or PC gamers? You can just say that you're a gamer. All-inclusive title.
That's right, and it's all in beautiful puke green and dark brown for the letters of gamer.
And it's also got a subscription. Like I said, the subscription crates.
That's right. And alongside of that is Valley Water, which is totally not Mountain Dew.
Valley Water.
I don't know what'd be better. What's the opposite of a mountain and a dew?
The opposite of dew is like rain. Because dew is condensation that appears on the ground, whereas rain is condensation that appears in the air.
Would valley be good for instead of a mountain?
Valley rain, yeah. Valleys go inward and mountains go upwards.
So in the back it says Valley Rain on the back, which is totally not Mountain Dew.
Yes. And then you also get generic video games. Like, it's kind of like shovelware, but it's better than shovelware because it resembles all of your favorite games, but there's like slight things
Halo,
that...
but not, and Call of Duty, but not.
Yeah, it's like the base game of Halo, but everything is slightly shifted over to the right for some reason, and it's like Call of Duty, except you're not playing as a soldier, you're playing as like a dog.
Yeah, and then there's, one map.
Wait, no, there's already a dog in Call of Duty. Call of Duty dog, I forgot.
Call of Duty dog, that's the game's called. Just Call of Duty dog.
Oh no, that's already trademarked by two best friends play.
Oh, well, we're not trademarked by anything. Anyway, it's generic games. Go check it out. Buy your shirt today.
And if you use our coupon code,
what is it? Hashtag Drawn to Games. Yeah, hashtag Drawn to Games. You get plus 40% added to your purchase price.
That's added, not subtracted.
Yeah. That's for us.
All the extra funds come to making this a quality podcast.
Yeah, so make sure to use that coupon code, and if you don't use it, we'll know. We'll hunt you down.
Subscribe, become a patron on our Patreon. We don't have a Patreon, please don't.
Alright, that's the end of that.
That's the end of that. So then...
Jonathan was really proud of my editing of the sponsorship last time.
Yeah, it was really great, Jordan. Maybe we should commission someone to make custom music.
Yeah, I just chose random music. I don't remember what I looked up. I looked up like energetic music or something. I found it. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have people that have music on our thing.
If you have... Oh, if anyone has any good recommendations for music, just link it in the comments below, send us an email, DM us on Twitter, etc., etc.
We'll have to, for our 50th episode, to do a special Q&A from everybody.
Yeah, from all of our loyal subscribers.
If we have any subscribers. I don't think we've gotten one subscriber since our first episode.
Shh, don't talk about that. We gotta just focus on the 10 subscribers that we do have that we love very much. Isn't that right?
Actually 8.
Eight.
We
Eight
don't count.
subscribers. It's fine.
Our 8 subscribers.
We
I hate
love
that
you
my
all.
brother watches it anymore.
Well, you need to make
He's
him
betrayed
watch
us.
it. You just gotta say, hey,
Yeah.
what'd you think of the new episode? Any
I should
thoughts,
give him
comments?
a shout out. He won his tennis tournament.
Wow,
His
congratulations!
duos, and he played out of 8 games.
Uh-huh.
So he did a good job. I don't know who he won with, but he's doing pretty good. He's doing honors classes, and he has himself a girlfriend.
Wow.
Stepping up his
Wow.
little life, isn't he?
Wow, what a shout out. All of that personal information that he may or may not have wanted.
Well, I don't think he cares that much. No one knows what his name is.
It's okay.
It's all a secret.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff has been happening these past
All
2
our
weeks.
That I didn't mention in the episode, the part where we're mentioning what was going on in our lives.
Oh,
Only now. Anyways, let's go on to the news.
yes,
After
yes.
that 10-minute description. So first up in the news is Diablo Immortal, which is it's the 4th Diablo game. I don't know if it's official.
I'm not sure. It seems like it's just a new thing.
You want to talk about one of the most? It's yeah, it's a mobile game basically, and a lot of people are saying it's just assets from Diablo 3, essentially being transferred to mobile, and people aren't very happy with it. If you
Yeah,
go to the YouTube page
it was
of Blizzard,
quite atrocious.
which makes sense. I mean, how would you feel if a game you loved went to mobile after like waiting how long, 5 years or something? I guess imagine if they made like a Legend of Zelda game and they're like, oh, it's only going on phones,
Well, I
I know.
I think
and it just looked like Wind Waker. It
Well-
looked terrible.
well people liked Wind Waker though.
I don't know. I'm just saying. How would you feel if it looked worse than like?
Well, I mean, I would be
Skyward Sword.
I'd be a little disappointed, but maybe it's just because I'm not terribly attached to the Zelda franchise, and I'm not terribly attached to the Diablo franchise either. But I do feel like some of the responses were just kind of vitriolic. I mean, as it is wont to do in the Gameaverse, and Diablo has been a game franchise that has been going on for quite a long time. So I don't understand why people are like this upset about it. Like it's not catered to the people who have played Diablo, but I think it does act as somewhat of a jumping off point for people who have never experienced Diablo. I mean, it's still a multiplayer experience that people can jump into, and that's just sort of like the thing with franchises. They have different iterations and different consoles and different platforms, and just to draw audiences in. And I don't think it has any intention of like just stopping at the mobile market. I'm sure there's going to be a time when it's going to come back to consoles or PC or whatever.
I mean, I think people are mad because it's just a rehashed version of Diablo 3 on mobile. They waited 5 years for nothing basically. And a lot of people went to BlizzCon thinking it was gonna be a Diablo 4 and a whole new game and generation. Game engine and stuff like that. And they made it just like, oh, it's just a mobile game. Looks like Diablo 3 again.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that. And I don't think they had anything like really to say about it. It was just like an announcement of what it was going to be like.
Well, I think they were hinting that there was going to be a Diablo 4 as well before BlizzCon. I think that's also why a lot of people were mad.
Oh yeah, what a way to end BlizzCon.
Yeah, it was bad. But I understand. Like, if they announced Alan Wake was coming to mobile, Alan Wake 2,
What if it was really good on mobile?
no. You know what would happen. I'd be on here. We'd have a rant for an hour. I waited for 5 years for this. Or no, it was like 6 years. Was that American Nightmare?
We have, I don't know, I don't want to call anyone out, but we have people who said like gay people shouldn't get angry for having to wait for like they shouldn't get angry for having their rights revoked. They just have to stay patient and calm, and then then they just go off and say like, this is an outrage, this is not fair, and then it's like it just feels like gamer entitlement to me.
Well, you don't know, Jonathan. You don't know their pain.
I don't know their pain. Gamers are a very sensitive species. They're a noble creatures who mean no harm.
Well, I don't mean any harm. I'm
Are
just
you?
saying.
I don't know,
If I'm dying in my deathbed and you come up to me and say they announced a new Alan Wake game and then say it's on mobile, and that's how I die, I'll come haunt you forever.
That's totally on me. I accept all responsibility.
That'd be weird. What a weird way to like. You just walk up to someone while they're dying. That's what you decide to tell them. Hey, by the way, Alan Wake came out.
Well, maybe some people need that closure. It's like,
what kind of closure? Don't you close me out like that?
It's how I like. I'd want to see a dub of Bomberman Jetters, the anime, in like the West, but that's not going to happen anytime. So even if it was bad, then I would still want to see it so that it could be like, the final chapter of my life finally closed, and then I die.
I don't know. Who do you think is gonna die first, Jonathan? Me or you?
I'm gonna say you,
healthy.
because I have good genes and I like to exercise.
We're
Cardio.
the same age. We'll probably both last till we're like 90 or so.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm kind of a klutz, so I might just die from like young because of some idiotic mistake I make.
Oh gosh, I hope not. That'd be pretty depressing.
Oh, do you care about me? Would you miss me when I'm gone?
I'd probably be almost dead by then, so I don't think my life will be over.
Oh, okay. Other announcements in the Gameverse, we have
Gamerverse.
Good Gameverse. The final Smash Ultimate Direct happened. Yeah, and they announced the final roster, adding in the two newcomers, Ken and Incineroar, which simultaneously both improved, and also disproved the Grinch leak that happened.
No! What? I didn't hear about this. No Grinch?
No, there's no... What did you think the Grinch leak was about, Jordan?
I'm banning this game. Where's the ban? Damn it. Anyways.
Yeah, so...
Oh, gosh.
Well, they announced Ken, so everyone was just like, the Grinch leak is confirmed. And then Incineroar came in, and then everyone was like, oh, wait, what? And then Sakurai was like, these are all of the characters. This is all you're getting right now. And then everyone was just like, oh, it's called the Grinch leak because it ruins Christmas before Christmas even happens.
Oh no! I made my computer go full screen. I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh no! Have you tried F11?
Does to me?
Have you tried exit F4?
Oh, F11 made it worse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, never mind. No, it's not. It's just normal. I don't know why I thought it was like that. All right, continue.
The gamer rage.
Gamers.
Possessed by the gamer demon.
I need to buy an air horn so I can blow it into the microphone.
Please don't. Just get a soundboard.
Blow it once it's out.
They announced after the roster was announced, they just announced a bunch of menus, and then they announced another newcomer, a DLC character. The first DLC character of Smash Ultimate, and it was Piranha Plant. Like a Piranha Plant, just a regular Piranha Plant from Mario Bros.
What could you complain about?
Yeah, I know.
You should see. Did you read like the Reddit after all that? People
no,
are
I
mad
didn't.
about that.
I imagine so.
Why would you be mad about that? It's so dumb. Who cares?
It's a joke.
Oh, Piranhaverse! How dare they?
It's so that you definitely buy the game when it comes out.
Yeah, because it's only a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
So you better pre-order.
I mean, it's free, but it'll be available still.
Yeah, but you have to buy it, don't you?
Well, no. I mean, you got to buy the game. You got to pre-order. It's a pre-order special, but if you buy it after the pre-order, then you can still get it. I mean, they're gonna come out with multiple DLC packs. I think at least 5 of them, and that come with like the character, the song, and then the stage. All of those are gonna be worked up from the ground up. So that's going to take a while, and Sakurai was like, make sure to just order these if you're confident in our ability to give you... Or there's like a special ticket where you can get all 5 of them as they come out, a season pass. And then he was like, only buy this if you're confident in our abilities, which is like fair.
I'm not too confident.
Not confident at all, huh?
Nope.
And then they
Not
also
the piranha plant. It's over. My confidence is gone.
Well, I think it looks like a cool, interesting character. I'd always thought there were a plethora of like anime sword boys and girls, so I'm happy that more out there characters are getting in, like Isabelle and like Inkling boy and girl. And then they also announced the adventure mode for this called World of Light, and everybody's dead. Only Kirby is alive. They fooled you. You thought there was 74 different characters you could play as, but it's just Kirby. Kirby has to save everyone. Apparently, there's this new threat threatening the Smash universe. And so... Oh, yeah, and there's also things called spirits, which is like Sakurai saying, how can I get more characters into this without having to like make more models and animations and fighters and have to like balance the game every time a new fighter is introduced. And so spirits are just kind of like the sticker system. It's just you can put in a primary spirit and then secondary spirits onto the primary spirits, and they just boost your character's stats. And you can also put spirits on your amiibo as well. And I'm
so confused.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. Well, in previous Smash titles, like in Brawl, you had, and in Smash Ult, I think it's just in Brawl, there were collectible stickers you could get of various Nintendo franchises and non-Nintendo franchises that you can just put on like your character, and that boosts their attack power or defense power or whatever. And that's basically what the spirit system is in this game. And then what I'm hoping from World of Light, I hope there's going to be some like cutscenes giving some character interactions between the different franchises. I want to see Fox interacting with Ridley. I want them to forcibly work together for some reason. I want Samus to work together with Ridley. That would be so cool. Because Samus hates Ridley, as all you Metroid fans know. And that's what I'm hoping for, and I'm really excited about the fanfiction renaissance and all the fan works that are come from this massive crossover event. This is so much, and I'm just so sad to see that once again there are entitled gamers who just want to make everyone miserable. They're just like, only 74 characters? And this isn't what I wanted. I wanted something different. And then they just scream about it on Twitter. Like,
Man,
Sakurai?
you're really hating on the gamers today.
Yeah, I know. The gamers... I take back what I said. They're not noble creatures. They all need to be purged.
Oh my gosh. You say I'm depressed today. That's violent. You want to murder
I'm not
everyone.
depressed. I'm being facetious. There's a difference, Jordan.
You're not being facetious. I know you. You're violent terminology. Jonathan wouldn't even talk to one of our friends. I tried to convince him. No.
Well,
he's too good.
That's a whole other issue. Okay.
There's no way he watches the podcast. I'll tell you that.
No. Well, I feel bad because Sakurai worked so hard. He and his team, like, there's a big overworking culture in Japan, and he just looks so tired. I just want him to sleep. Please, just don't let Sakurai work on Smash games. Just let him do something else.
Well, how old is he?
I don't know. He's like, I think he's 50. 50s.
Tired from being old.
No.
The world works.
Didn't you? I don't know if you watched this, but there's like this 10-second pause that he does in the direct where he just blinks, like, just judgingly, and he's like, I wonder if I'll ever be able to take a break. And I was just like, no, please, I'm not excited anymore. Please, just don't do it at all.
You don't know what he's thinking.
I don't, and that's just a marketed ploy just to oversell how overworked he is, and it's a humorous moment in what is otherwise a very serious issue in work culture in Japan. But that's besides the point.
Is it besides the point?
Yeah.
I ask you. I implore you.
It is besides the point.
reconsider your point.
I don't have time to go into like a marketing strategy 101 on this podcast. Oh, you know what is good
Love that.
marketing though? Nintendo apologizing for their racist caricature in the new Smash game.
Who is racist this time?
Mr. Game and Watch.
How's that?
Okay, so Mr. Game and Watch has this like they're in all of the demo footage and all of the pre-release footage gameplay. People have been using him, and he has this. His forward smash attack is the fire attack, and they put a feather. They made him look like a Native American stereotype when he was doing the attack. He had like the feather, and he had like the teeth. It's kind of like the Indians baseball team, which is also a pretty bad portrayal stereotype. And then Nintendo put out a formal apology, and they're going to remove it from the game, which is, I think, a good response. Because in previous games, like he never had like that portrayal of it, and then suddenly he has it. So I think people were pretty surprised by it. I think they overworked a lot of Mr. Game and Watch's animation, so I think I think they're just gonna remove the feather and the face, so I think it'll be fine.
Where was this at? I want to see a picture of it.
Where was what at? Just look at Mr. Game and Watch Native American.
Oh yeah. Well, I looked up Indian. I didn't find anything.
Did you find it?
I don't see anything.
I'll just send it to you later. We're creating a lot of dead air.
Thing? They don't look like teeth.
What?
Oh my gosh. It's just a bunch of white people getting triggered by nothing.
Okay, hey, hang on. You don't know that. You don't know who got upset. You can't say that for everyone.
Whatever.
I mean, portrayals of Native American has always been like an issue. So I'm glad that Nintendo is just being aware of that as a huge gaming company. Are you one of those people that got upset when they changed Tracer's pose in Overwatch?
Which one was that?
Never mind.
Where butt was out?
Yeah.
People get triggered by all sorts of stuff, though.
Oh
That's just
my
a thing
God.
nowadays.
You even use trigger, like that's not the correct usage of that word. I mean, maybe it is
what
for
do you
you,
say,
but like,
then?
well, just say upset or like,
Okay, upset. That's stupid stuff.
yeah. Thanks.
What is the problem with Tracer's butt being out? I ask you.
Well, because people thought it was sexualized.
Oh
and
my
that didn't.
god, it's a video game character.
I know, but it didn't reflect her character much.
Wow.
And like it was, I don't know, and none of the other characters looked like that.
What? Mercy has a nice butt.
But she's not sexualized in the same way as Tracer was in that pose.
Oh goodness.
Wow, poking a lot of hot button issues here.
This says the man who's crapping on everyone who plays video games.
Yeah.
We should purge everyone who plays video games. Because they all get mad at things. Yes, you did.
Jokes.
You said purging.
This is
And
jokes.
I'm not joking either?
I don't know. You always sound so serious.
How do I know you're not joking?
How do I know that you're not
Exactly.
joking about joking?
Let's go back and forth forever, basically.
Okay. This is just like CNN.
Oh god. Like
Okay,
it's
so
news.
speaking of Overwatch, there was it's BlizzCon, so there was obviously a new Overwatch short that introduced new characters to the game. The whole game actually got like a huge overhaul, I think. People had to like completely reinstall it in order for the changes to take place. So finally the McCree short was aired called Reunion, and it introduced the new characters Ash and Bob. Ash is like a not a gunslinging. She has like a shotgun, I guess. So I think she's a mix of the sniper and also McCree. And then her ult is just her giant robot butler coming in and like I guess he yells at people. Or no, I guess he uses his big guns.
Jeez, how rich is she?
She's pretty rich.
Being a Florida butler.
Yeah, I wanted though. I had it was a fun, enjoyable short, but I don't know. McCree just looks so different than his game model. It was really jarring.
Yeah, he doesn't look that bad.
I know he looks too good. He doesn't look like a rootin' tootin' cowboy in the future. He looks too clean. I think Blizzard made McCree too hot. This is my GoFundMe petition to make McCree uglier.
Oh, now you can say people are hot? I can't say anything?
Well, what? When did I never said you? And also Ash. Everyone also complained that Ash wasn't a very good pick for a character because she's just another like hourglass figure. White woman. The only thing that sets her apart is like her robot butler. Everyone thought she was a Widowmaker skin at one point when the leaks came out.
So they're mad she's white?
What?
That's what I just heard. You're mad at another white woman? Is that what it was?
No, I mean light skinned, I suppose. I don't know if I don't know what kind of white she is. And I'm not mad about it. Everyone else was mad about it. I was just slightly disappointed.
I don't care. I don't play Overwatch anymore.
Oh, I don't
Not
even
that
play
much.
Overwatch either. I just know that it's a bit.
We're gonna get into
but
topics we don't even need to get into.
I care about the lore. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh, by the way, the Overwatch World Cup results happened, and top 24, like South Korea won. In the U.S., the United States won. In Thailand, China won. And France won. And so that I guess most of the home countries won except for Thailand, which is oof.
Oof.
Gotta sting a little.
Well, one of the Asians country won, I guess, either way.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch any of the matches. I just thought it was a thing.
It is the thing. I'm sure some people are excited and bet on it.
Oh, talking about matches, I heard something's going on with Battlefield 5.
Matches? Specifically
Yeah.
Battlefield 5?
Yeah, like first-person shooter matches.
Yes. Alright, now I was saying something about changes. But I think it's about to come out. It may have already come out. I don't know. I put upcoming, but it may already be out. Let's see. No, it's coming out in 4 days. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I don't know. I might see if it's good or not. I haven't played a Battlefield in a while. The only Battlefield I played a lot of last was Bad Company 2. And I played that a lot. But that's when I played multiplayer games. But I don't play multiplayer games as much as I used to. As you may or may not know. But who knows? But it looks like it's not terrible. I mean, that you want to talk about people have problems with that game too. Do you remember?
Was it the loot box issue?
No, that was that there was a girl in the World War II. And she has like a bionic arm.
Oh.
And people are mad that it's not realistic to World War II.
That's not historical.
I don't know why they thought it was going to be historically accurate. I mean, there's a lot of World War II shooters if you want a historically accurate World War II shooter.
I mean, you weren't there. There might have been a woman soldier with a bionic arm, but no one in the history books wrote about it.
I'm gonna say that's a pretty large no-no. Oh,
No.
no.
What's your biggest ranking in Battlefield 5? Or like, did you ever make like the rankings?
You mean Battlefield Bad Company 2?
Or yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played it. It was on the 360. 7 years ago or so. Long time ago.
You never thought about being a pro gamer? Sorry.
Oh, I would say probably not. Gamers. Pro. Anyways. Oh, those calls out, man.
Game pro gamers.
Speaking of betas, DayZ is now in beta. After 5 years of being an alpha.
Yeah, DayZ. Is
After
DayZ even relevant anymore?
when did that mod come out? Like, this is ridiculous. It came out 5 years ago, the beta, and then the original mod came out in 2013. So the game's been out for 6 years and has never officially been released.
Well, hey, video games are hard to make.
5 years? That's crazy. So I don't know what they've been doing for 5 years, but yeah, nobody's playing it anyways. So I don't know why they're still working on it.
Well, it's like, it's got to have a finished product. It's all that's all developers want, is to make something that's finished and maybe good and release it out to the world.
Why do that when you can just release a half-finished game, charge $40, and then make a bunch of money off of it, and then leave it alone?
I mean, that's fair too. Guys gotta eat.
Hey, you never have to finish a game again. Just make it popular mod, make it, and then release a finished product, quote unquote, and then make a crap ton of money, and then never release it.
Well, it's funny you say, it's funny you say that, because I actually, well, anyways, wait, I was trying to do a segue, but so have you played a lot of DayZ?
Segue. What'd you say?
Have you played a lot of DayZ yourself?
I think I played the mod when it came out for a little bit. And it was, I don't know, couldn't really get into it. I think you have to have a group to play that kind of game. So much to it, honestly. Just kill zombies and kill people, and that's really it.
What about the advanced social interaction?
Oh, I don't think I'm much of a social interaction butterfly, I'm afraid.
You never joined a crew and, like controlled a section of the map?
The only times I ever did that was like in the first Red Dead Redemption. And they had gangs. You could join that. That was a lot of fun. I was like 7 years ago. So I was 16 or something. I was a young butterfly. Not knowing that my life would turn out terrible.
So, you mean like a caterpillar? But you are already a butterfly, so what are you now?
Blooming like into a horrible monster that I am today.
That doesn't sound like a good metamorphosis. That sounds like Kafka-esque.
What is Kafka-esque?
Kafka? He's the guy who wrote the Metamorphosis.
I don't know. I don't read books.
Well, it's the novella where that guy wakes up one day and he's suddenly a bug, and it's never explained, but he wakes up as not a bug, but like as a creature, and then his family has to deal with him, and then he has to like deal with not going to work, and then he dies.
What a happy-go-lucky story.
Putting you. Okay, so shall we move into what we've been up to, what we've been playing?
This is a very like angry, depressed episode today, everyone.
Hey, we gotta let it out sometimes. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Depressing episode. Compared to a Halloween Spookfest episode, which should have probably been a depressed episode.
It's seasonal depression. Depressive. Every episode that's gonna happen in November is just gonna be like this.
Also listening to a man who woke up at 4 a.m, so I'm like half drunk asleep over here. Anyways, Jonathan. So now we're moving on to interesting topics.
Oh, we're doing that?
It's going to be Jonathan by an idea that I had.
Yeah, let's hear it.
On an interesting topic. Today's topic is true love. Jonathan, do you believe in soulmates?
No, I don't believe in soulmates, actually.
No?
I mean, realistically.
Well, what kind of soulmate? Like someone you're designed to meet, basically?
I feel like, here's my thought about it. I think you have like a handful of people all around the world that you could be compatible with, but depending on your choices, they could like increase compatibility or decrease compatibility. But I don't know. I think soulmates is just like, it's kind of like a weird position to put someone in. Because, like, what if they don't feel the same way about you, and or like what if difficulties rise and you two change? So I think love is more of a choice rather than it's more of a choice rather than like something that you're designed to be in.
It's basically, it's like you're not gonna walk up to someone, look each other in the eyes, and instantly fall in love.
Right. I mean, sometimes it's like that for some people, but there's things like there's things like marriage counselors and thing and I guess that's why marriage counselors exist, because people want to work through their marriage and they don't want to give up just yet. I think sometimes people, everyone comes from different situations, so like I don't fault people for like leaving relationships if it's not good for them or if they want something more. But I think there are times where if you really love something, you should fight for it. And I think you should try and make it work as best as you can. But if not, then no shame. There's no shame in leaving in a relationship if it's not good for either of you. So that's why I don't think soulmates exist, basically.
It's a respectable way to live. I'm sure we'd all wish it existed. You just had someone designed for you, and you just walk on someone and instantly fall in love with someone.
That sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Well, we're not talking dark. We're just talking nice, fall in love, and that's it. You're meant for each other.
Yeah, but what if you don't? I guess would you have to like go through like some experimentation first, or you just walk up and say, "Oh yes, you."
I think you both would just know, basically. In this scenario, it's just both know that you're meant for each other. You can feel it in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I had some people tell me like they knew that they were together, like they weren't serious, but they knew, like, I don't know, someone was like, "Hey, can you fetch me my medicine?" And then that was when they knew.
Well, I see hot girls and get a boner. I don't know. I'm in love with them.
What?
It's a lot of boner jokes in this as well. I made 2 boner jokes actually.
Are you feeling repressed because it's November?
I'm not going to discuss my things I do in my own room, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
Are you taking the challenge?
The challenge? A whole month? I don't know if I can make it a whole month. Would you like to discuss that, Jonathan?
Maybe later. Maybe at the end of the month. Then we'll see where we are.
When I was a kid, though, in high school, I really wanted to fall in love. Like,
yeah, I remember that. You were quite the romantic.
And then never asked. I felt like I should have asked someone out. If I had more confidence, I could have asked somebody out. I mean, in our group, I think. If I was more open and stuff.
I had no interest in anyone in my high school, so that's why I never asked anyone out.
Oh, okay. Well, you were also really shy, so.
I feel like I was pretty outgoing once I reached senior year, but by then it was already too late.
I'm surprised you don't like any, but I guess I don't know. I don't know what kind of personality you have.
There's not much to choose from. Okay, I actually downloaded Tinder the other day, just to see who was here, but like, there's no one here. I mean,
it's hard
I'm sure
to do face value off of that. I feel like.
Yeah, I know. I deleted the app since, so like, don't worry about it.
You have to have a conversation with someone to really know if you're compatible or not. I feel like it's hard online. I mean, it'd be a lot easier in real life, at like work and stuff, if you run into anybody. Yeah,
and dating sites are pretty much like a visual catalog, so everything is based on.
It's judging very harsh face first. Like a first message can make a big difference. And then having a discussion with someone afterwards.
It's like, "Hey, baby, ASL?" ?
I don't know about that. I mean, the thing about that is you could run into someone who you might be really compatible with, but they'll judge you right off the bat of the face, and then you'll never get that conversation. So you'll never have that good conversation about that.
Just don't show any pictures of your face. Just have pictures of dinosaurs in tuxedos, and then people will instantly be like, "Ooh, quirky."
Quirky. Dinosaurs, that's not quirky.
Oh yeah, or maybe it's like they think like they'll think you're a furry, and then it's like, "Oh, I'm a furry. I mean, no, not a furry. I'm a scaly too." Then that's a conversation point.
Oh goodness, Jonathan! I don't think if you start a family, you can do furry stuff anymore.
What are you talking about? There are like tons of furries with families.
I feel like for a kid, depending on how your kid is, it'd be embarrassing for him to have that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, obviously they would just have to have good moral sense. I mean, good judgment on when to express their hobbies. Like,
I don't know.
If you made
I
I don't
don't think
know.
a
Wouldn't you
parent should
be have?
be if they has family dressing up in like suits and stuff. I'm sorry, but I don't think they should do that. I want to have a family.
Well, there already are families, so.
Well, I don't think this should happen.
What if your what if like what if your mom I made like $3,000 every time they finished like a fursuit commission? I'd be pretty happy about that.
I mean, if they
I'd
were
probably
making
end up
stuff,
being.
but they were walking around in it, I would be a little weirded out if my mom wore that kind of stuff.
What if your mom
Coming
was
from
like
a personal thing.
what if like they were a mascot at a football game or something? Would you still feel
That's
weird
not
about
a
that?
furry. That's just a mascot. They wear that for work.
They're basically the same thing.
No, people wear it for a hobby. That's different. I was wearing that a lot more than wearing it as a mascot at a job.
Mascots are basically the personas of sports teams.
I don't whatever. They don't do it for fun. They do it for a job and get paid.
What about furry YouTubers? They do it for a job and get paid.
We're talking about embarrassment for kids. Kids, I mean, you're gonna get bullied way more if your parents wear a fursuit.
Well, most people don't
kids saw
really.
that.
Well, most people don't really reveal their their IRL identity outside of their
I mean, if they do a personal life, I guess that's fine. But I'm just saying, you don't want to like embarrass your kids or anything, because that can lead to bullying and stuff like. Because you know how rough kids can be.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just saying for more protection for people's kids and stuff like that.
You just have to live somewhere where furries are generally accepted, like Pittsburgh, like Anthrocon.
I don't think kids are accepted for anything. Acceptable for anything.
We just have to hope that this generation will be more accepting.
I doubt it.
Speaking of furries,
have you seen on the internet?
Yeah,
it's no way it's gonna be more accepting in the future. Anyways, go on.
yeah. Speaking of furries, I played Dust and Elysian Tale these past few weeks, and I finished it, and it was pretty good.
Pretty good or pretty great?
It was pretty good. I think it was a very strong game. I don't know if I would ever revisit it, but I did enjoy it a lot.
Did you feel your inner furry coming out while you were playing it?
Oh yeah.
I felt like
I felt like I was 12 again.
Well, all right. That's a very specific age to go back to in your mind.
Well, that's just when I don't know. I was into like fantasy worlds, like those books Redwall, and like talking animals, and it felt like exploring like a big old world that I would make myself. I used to like have really big plans, but for stories and stuff, but have not since done any of it yet. I should really do that. Anyways, I don't know, something like this that exists makes me really happy because this had a very interesting development. And I'd like to go into that today, as I'm like giving my pseudo review of it. So Dust is a game, an action adventure platformer RPG by mainly by the Humble Heart Studio, which is headed by Dean Dodrill, and he's sort of like the head creative person behind the game. He is the main artist. He's like one of the main coders, and he's also one of the ones who made like the main story director. He had, of course, some help getting voices. All of the game is voice acted, by the way. Getting voices and additional story writing, consultation, and the music, of course, which is done by Hyperduck Studios. And soundtrack is really great, by the way. And this guy, he's like a professional animator for movies and games. He worked on the Jackrabbit games, which are just old PC games that had a similar talking animal sort of thing. And I guess he is part of the furry fandom as well. It's very influenced by, I think, Disney and Don Bluth sort of thing, but it also has a very Tezuka influence as well, kind of like Kimba the White Lion. So his art style is very appealing at the get-go, and his animation his skill as an animator really shows just how fluid all of the motions are, especially when like during the fight scenes or like while you're playing. and how the characters move feels very, I don't know, it feels bouncy, so it's not completely natural, but it does feel very alive. So this guy, he's like, I want to make a game in 3 months. So he starts making a game. He starts learning a new programming language called XLA, which is based like in Microsoft's game making language. Um, and then this game took 4 years to make, basically. And between then, he won the Dream Build Play competition in 2009 and got $40,000, and he had the contract to put it up on the Xbox Live Store. Um, and he like had a child while making the game, and I think a lot of other things happened that he didn't really get into in the game's postmortem. Oh yeah, Gamma Sutra actually posted like a really good postmortem that he touched on, like some of the successes of the game and some of the not successes of the game. So I suggest you guys check that out after you play Dust, of course, because I think it is something that you should experience. And as far as the characters, I couldn't really get too attached, but they did have a lot of heart. The story felt very sincere and genuine, and it did work with a lot of darker themes, which I was kind of surprised. There's a lot of like genocide and war present, and meanwhile, everyone seems like very cutesy animal creatures. So I think the contrast was very interesting, kind of like yeah, kind of like a Don Bluth movie. And apparently, the story was supposed to have a whole third act, which was just completely scrapped. And I can kind of see that now with how just how the game ends. But I think it did end on a much stronger note than it could have, because if they did keep the third act in, that would mean the game would be a lot longer. And I thought the game was dragging just a little bit during the end. Um, and there were like also other features that he wanted to put into the game. Like he wanted like a farming element, and he wanted like more RPG elements. Like you had like a village you had to take care of, kind of like in Fallout. Um, and then you would build your village, gather your wealth, and get more bonuses. But then that was also scrapped as well. So I think, and all of this was to be done to make a more complete project, because like they already spent 4 years on this game. It was supposed to come out in 2011, but they but they just needed to polish more things. And then by the time 2012 came around, he was just like, okay, I need to finish this. And so he may not have gotten all of the things that he wanted to put in, but he did have enough. So I think that's the main mantra to take away here, is just good enough. Yeah, so the combat was really fun. There's like a combo system. He has two. Dust, the main character, has 2 or 3 different combos that he can do in the air and the ground, but those were just sufficient. I didn't need like a cajillion different combos, like in some other platforming action RPG games. I found myself just mashing buttons intuitively, and it was still really fun to just, there's like good reactions to it. Like all the sound design helps, the visual elements just make it seem like you're fighting epic battles every time you have an encounter. And the main gimmick of the combat system is just the combo meter. So you want your combo meter to like to continue rising, and if you get hit, then the combo breaks, and then you won't get any bonus experience. So it's an incentive to like keep the fight going as fluid as possible, and to master sort of like the different enemy types and your skills against them. And Dust is actually kind of a glass cannon, so if you get hit once, you're either stun locked or you just fly across the stage, which also helps because that's pretty frustrating when you like have a good combo going and you just get locked out of it. It's like a cycle. So you have one element, which is avoiding the damage, and then keeping your combos going, which you can increase your damage through projectiles, and then your projectiles you can replenish by doing combos. So it's the circle of fight. Um, and as far oh yeah, and the voice acting, some of my favorite voice actors are actually in this game. This was for some of them, this was their first big like game title they worked in. Devin Mack, who actually I know from the VG Cat's like comic adaptation dub made by Edwin Tiong was in here, and a lot of those. Oh yeah, Edwin Tiong was also in here too, and they're just voice actors on the YouTube community, and who have very successful like filmographies now. So this game was really a work of passion, and I really am glad that it exists because, like you were saying, like DayZ has been in beta for like 5 years now, and in service to what you and I don't know, but I admire someone who wants to keep an experience sort of complete. Not maybe not the experience they were thinking in their head, but being practical and just saying, okay, this is what you're getting, and this is good enough.
How many Jonathans would you give it out of?
I would give it. I would give it 3 Jonathans out of 5 Jonathans.
Oh,
But a good,
I don't really know.
but
If
like
that
a
would
good
be.
3 Jonathans out of 5 Jonathans.
I mean, what do we consider Jonathans as a point system, really? Like, is a Jonathan 2 stars, 1 star, 80 stars? Who knows?
Oh
Who
yeah.
knows what the
Speaking
real
of
review is?
speaking of long development cycles, I also started playing Owlboy on the
Can I
Switch.
talk about one of my games before we go on to your little Owlboy?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were doing my games first and then your games second. I mean,
Well,
we
we
can
may as well.
alternate.
I think splitting it up would be better.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead
We
and do
don't
your game.
do everything at once.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Jeremy and I have been playing through Stardew Valley co-op. We did about
Yeah.
6 hours. Have you played this game before?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid I'll get addicted to it, so I've been avoiding it.
I don't know. I mean, we played Minecraft stuff a lot, so I guess it's kind of like that. Honestly, after like 6 hours, I was kind of getting bored of it. Honestly, I mean,
Boy.
well, I was just doing a lot of the fishing. Basically, I was doing the farming, but I don't know. There's nothing that really had a lot to do. Nowadays, I like to have a game with progress. And
But there
co-op
is
feels like
progress. What about the town hall?
Yeah, but
Or
it
like...
doesn't feel like co-op's kind of pointless. Just kind of there, but it's just single player stuff still. You kind of do things separately, so I don't know. The co-op felt kind of pointless.
What about enjoying a domestic life with your friends on the farm?
I just couldn't get into it. I don't know.
Oh,
You
okay.
just do
You
a lot
didn't
of
go into the
farming,
mine.
fishing. I feel like I feel like I'm, kind of Minecraft Terraria type thing I've already done before.
I suppose. You don't go into the dungeon and fight some monsters, do some
mean,
mining.
We did do that a little bit, but even then, it's just you just kind of it feels like the same. I don't know. You go down, and then you fight some monsters. You mine till you find a ladder, and then you go down, and I don't know. It just feels kind of repetitive after a while for me personally. But I like to have like a Resident Evil 5 where it's like there's a path, and you play through the game, and then you're done. That's it.
Hell yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What about romances? Those are pretty linear. Did you
Romances?
give a gift to your bachelors and bachelorettes in your town?
I only
for-
had like one girlfriend then before I decided to quit out, so it didn't
Yeah.
last very long anyways.
I didn't like the system in Harvest Moon and games like that where you had to visit them every day and give them like a gift in order to increase your affection points for them.
I don't
I
know. I
mean-
didn't play through Harvest Moon. What was that on?
Harvest Moon, it was on a lot of different consoles. The Nintendo 64, the Game Boy, the DS, mainly on Nintendo consoles. That's probably why.
Yeah, I didn't really play much Nintendo. I had the Xbox when I was growing up. The Bro console. I didn't have the Kitty console. Sorry. That's what everyone says.
Eternal Darkness was on the GameCube.
Yeah, it was rated M. No one played it. Guess what else was on there? Mario Sunshine Kitty game. Point proven.
It's a good kitty game though.
No one cares. It's a kitty game. We're bros. Bros only play bro games. Like Halo. Call of Duty.
So,
Like, Call of Duty was on GameCube too, wasn't it? Dang it.
was it? I don't remember that.
It may not have been. I don't know. I mean, the Call of Duty games on like Nintendo consoles were terrible, anyways. Like the Wii port or the Wii port was terrible of like all the games.
Oh, ew.
But what are you gonna do? Well, I think all Nintendo ports of the games are pretty bad. They don't care much about Nintendo, I guess.
I guess I'm surprised that you didn't get into it. I heard Stardew Valley has a very, like, good gameplay loop.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine for some people. I just didn't. I don't know. I couldn't get into it, I guess. I tried to play it before and I didn't get into it either, so. It's not like, I mean, I got into something like Cuphead and I played through all that and I really liked it. I'm gonna play the DLC when that comes out. It depends on the indie game, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. But then again, Cuphead had progress, so I think that's what I liked about it more so. Even though I got mad. I decided I didn't record. I should have recorded me playing through that. But I didn't. With a lot of rage.
You need to do more. You need to upload your Twitch streams to your channel, or like your.
That's a lot of stuff to upload, though.
Yeah, most people have a dedicated channel for archiving their Twitch streams.
Well, we're gonna do a Let's Play.
Oh yeah, that's a secret, folks. So look forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while, but we'll get there eventually. By the way, next month is it's going to be a Metroidvania. It's going to be a Metroidvania marathon of games.
Is it?
Yep.
I was not informed of this.
Well, it's just because I play Rogue Legacy with Christmas music in the background every year. It's a tradition, so.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're gonna do. It's just gonna be Metroid every December, every year.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun. Today I'm playing, I think Team Fortress 2 is what I'm gonna do. I would have done Red Dead, but I don't have the Elgato set up, so. No Red Dead. But anyways, alright, you can talk about Owlboy.
Yeah, Owlboy had also a very long development cycle. This was in production for almost 10 years. I don't know what the story about that is. Apparently they had to start over a lot of times from like scratch, but I think the final product is very good so far. I haven't finished it yet, so I'll probably talk about my final thoughts in the next podcast.
And it's a side scroller?
It's a Metroidvania actually. Yeah, 2D side scroller. All of the art is pixel art, and everything looks gorgeous. It seems very meticulously handmade almost. And you can tell that a lot of care was put into this game as well. I think almost too much care, because like 9 years for a game. But
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is satisfied with it.
But it was only one guy, wasn't it?
No, there was like a team of people.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different game then.
Yeah, so I am playing it on the Switch. It is, and the controls are a little bit wonky, I think, at least for me. Like, so you're an owl. You're an owl who is mute, and the main mode of transportation through this game is just through flying through different areas. And in order to attack, he can't really do much on his own, so he has companions who have projectile attacks. And so, to aim, you have to use like the right Joy-Con, but like you have to use like the ZR, like the right trigger, like I don't know what to call it. It's like the back. It's like an R2. Anyways, but then you have to put your thumb on like the right directional stick, and I feel like I have to stretch my fingers a little bit too far for that. So it gets a little bit uncomfortable, but it is very fun. I think, and the world is very charming. The characters are charming. Overall, just having a good time with it. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Wait, it's still not out yet?
No, it is. It is. I'm just not finished with it yet, so I'm excited to see where it goes from there.
Demo.
No.
I gotcha. And what consoles is it on, Jonathan?
It's on PC. It's on Switch. It's pretty much on everything, as most indie games are wont to be. Oh, I should play Hollow Knight for Merry Metroidvania.
I don't even know how to say it. Is it Merry Metroidvanias?
I
was
know,
trying to add
tradition.
a must at the end, but it's hard. Merry Metroidvanias.
Merry Metroidvanias.
Yeah, it's weird to say. I don't know how to say it. Vaniamus? It's weird. I don't know. Anyways, next up. I've been playing some Beat Hazard 2. And I mean, you could throw audio surf into this and all that kind of stuff. So I like music a lot. How do you feel about music, Jonathan? Do you listen to music?
Oh yeah, I love music. When the instruments start playing a song and then someone starts singing words, I love it.
Well, Beat Hazard 2 is like a overhead shooter, basically, like a twin-stick shooter. But the enemies and the background and stuff react to the music you're playing, and that's any music you're playing. It'll react. Your
Ooh,
gunfire will react too. So basically, if there's a large beat, it'll be large bullets. But if there's like barely a beat, there'll be small bullets. It'll barely shoot.
that sounds right up my alley. I should look into this.
So yeah, based on what music is playing, it'll depend on like enemies and stuff like that. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. And I'll probably play more. I'm sure when I can find more music. I'll play whatever I want.
I didn't know you
Freaking
liked music and rhythm games.
yeah, yeah. I liked audio surf and stuff like that. Audio surf is I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like a run game. You just keep turning and capture. It's confusing. That is a lot more confusing to explain. You'd have to look at that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I know what audio surf is.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking games like Tankobon, Elite Beat Agents,
Oh
like
well, that's you can't add your own
Rhythm
music. On that,
Heaven.
you can add your own music.
Yeah, yeah. Vib Ribbon, you could add your own music. I'm a big fan of rhythm games and
Yeah, they're
music
fun.
game.
The
Yeah.
Beat Hazard 2 is a little expensive. I think it's $30.
Oh, yeah. The new
It's time.
Tankobon game actually came out. It's the game. It's that Japanese game where you like have a big drum and you have drumsticks. That came out on the Switch. Or have you ever heard of that?
I have not. No. Pretty
Yeah, I wanted to
expensive,
play. Yeah, I wanted to play that. It's like $49.99. I was like,
Dang. Plus the stuff you have to buy, right?
Yeah, there is an accessory you can get that's like one of the arcade drums, only smaller. Cause like you gotta like it's like there's only two like notes. So like there's one note you have to hit the center of the drum, and then one note you hit like the side of the drum. And you can't really do that on a Nintendo Switch. So they have like touch controls and they also have just like button controls, but that's not as fun. I want to actually
So,
bang on a drum.
I imagine it'd be a lot more interactive, at least.
Yeah, I miss games like DDR and stuff that used to be in arcades. You don't see that anymore. You don't see. I mean, I guess I don't live next to an arcade, so
They might have one at the bowling alley.
yeah.
I don't know though. So Jonathan, tell me about Deltarune.
Deltarune? Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, so Toby Fox, creator of Undertale,
Oh, exciting!
yeah, released a new edition. Yeah, he originally his Twitter he did a marketing scheme where his Twitter got taken over by a mysterious character who announced this new program and he was just like, I want to make something new with you guys. So, and it's listed as a survey program when you download it. But it turns out it's actually a full-length demo of a new game that he's producing with similar members of the Undertale crew.
I wonder how much
So-
money he's making off all this stuff, because Undertale was really popular, wasn't it?
It is. It's still very popular.
This might be like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing, where somebody somehow makes something and makes a crap ton of money off of it by accident.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm enjoying playing this. Oh, okay, I made millions of dollars off of this.
Yeah, so it's sort of set in a similar universe as the Undertale universe, but he does recommend that you play it after you play Undertale, so there is some continuity, but as far as I can tell, it's very different.
You know what that means, Jonathan? I'm never
What?
playing it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well,
I've been streaming this whole time.
what?
Streaming and recording.
Oh no.
Well, for anyone who's watching on the stream, not streaming, they're probably confused what I was doing.
You should take a screen capture of your thing while recording so you can put that on.
Says was. I didn't save it, so maybe I
Oh.
wasn't streaming to my thing the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Yeah, what was I saying? He dropped this on Halloween night of all nights, and it is free, so there were nobody paid for anything. Although I want to throw all of my money at him now, because this made me really excited, and it just reminded me how much I loved Undertale, because all of the characters were really great. You had that same style of humor. There's some really great music in it. If you're not gonna play the game, you should at least listen to the music, because the music is banging, yo.
banging.
Yeah,
You're
and
an old man who's like trying to appeal to his kids.
it's a
Hey,
banger.
kid.
It's
Hey son, it's banging today, isn't it? If you want to embarrass your kids, you have to like make references to stuff that you don't know anything about and that doesn't go to the situation.
yeah.
Just say lol randomly. Bye, son, have a good day, lol.
Raffle.
Raffle LMAO. Anyways,
Yeah, so everyone has a very positive reaction to it. So now he is putting together a team for it. So Undertale he made largely by himself, with only a few people like assisting him with visuals. Like Temmie Chang did a lot of the main visuals, but a lot of it was made by Toby Fox himself. And then and some other people did visuals as well. And he is now actually putting together like a full team for this, and he explained in like a twit longer, like he doesn't know when the game is finished, will be finished, and he doesn't have a release date, and it might not be never. So that's why he doesn't want to do a Kickstarter this time, because Undertale was kickstarted. But he said that, I don't know, something he struck. He said that he just felt like he had to make this game, otherwise he would go crazy, and I can relate. I can relate to that.
I cannot relate to that. I've never made a video game.
Oh, but you wanted to though, right?
Probably a long time ago. I imagine, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had to like save at water fountains. And that's just the main element that I remember you saying.
I don't remember that at all. You may have talked to somebody else.
No, it was you. I remember.
I don't remember waterfalls.
Water fountains.
I don't remember water fountains.
It was a horror game, you know?
That must have been a long time ago. I don't remember that at all.
I see.
I don't feel like we talked that much in high school, though.
No, we talked quite a bit.
I don't remember anything.
It was in the library,
Probably
I remember.
Senior year. Really? The library?
Yeah. We hung out a lot in the library.
I don't remember this. This must have been before senior year, was it?
It must have been.
Because I don't remember that. But then again, most of my high school life is
a blur, huh?
Basically. It's weird, too. You went to a class every day, and I don't remember half the classes.
How it would be. Yeah, so I'm really excited for Deltarune. You guys should... I don't want to spoil anything, so you guys should go play it. Also, Jordan hates spoilers, apparently, so I don't want to say anything.
Well, you know, I think you can spoil that game later.
Okay, so what's you seem to have one more game on the docket, Jordan. You want to tell us what that is?
As a finale, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. I beat everything, the main story and the epilogue.
Whoa, wow, that's
like,
pretty impressive.
I only played the story, and it was like 20 hours or 30 hours long. It was long. That's for going to every mission basically straight on. It was a long game, but I really enjoyed it. I had a really good story. I had a good build up for all the characters, I would say. From the prequel, from the first game. Have you watched a Let's Play of the first game?
I have not.
Yeah, it'd be really long, but I feel like they built everything up that happened in the first game really well in the sequel with the characters and everything, and the reasons why everyone did everything. And the characters are fun. The story was good. The gameplay was fun. I don't know if it was as good as the first game. I haven't played the first game in a long time, but I feel like the shooting was a little more awkward this time. And then you have to like eat actually, otherwise you'll get skinny, or your cores will start getting damaged, or your horse can get skinny.
Your cores?
Your health. You have like a core, and over time you'll start going down if you don't eat or sleep. And it can get red, and then like I guess you'll die or something. There's a lot more naturalness to the game, I guess. You know, you have to cock your gun before you use it and stuff like that. In the first game, you didn't really have stuff like that to worry about. So I don't know if the shooting is better than the first, but like I said, I haven't played it in a long time, so there's not much I can say about it.
Do you feel like it was so realistic that it was like a hindrance, just like real life?
I don't know about that. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a hindrance. I don't think you could die like over time if you didn't sleep enough or anything, but
I just imagine like you didn't sleep at all, and then your core is running low, and then you're just walking, and then you just drop dead. You're just like like the Skyrim animation. You just go ragdoll.
I don't know about that, but you definitely can. I think you probably will die if you don't sleep over time, but.
Or you just go to sleep, and then, or no, you're like inches away from a bed, and then you just fall over, and then it's just like, bump, wasted, like GTA 5.
Oh, let's not worry about anything like that in GTA 5 though. But yeah. I don't know. I think the realism stuff was necessary, but they can do whatever they want. It's their game, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard much since the controversy that they, uh, for their crunch culture. So maybe everyone stopped caring once the game is out.
Well,
They're too
I'll
busy
say
playing the
this:
game.
the borders look pretty good. You can actually, when you're riding on your horse somewhere, you can activate the cinematic mode, and you don't have to move around or anything. It'll automatically take you where you need to go.
Oh
I mean,
really?
you'll have to watch through it, but it's a nice way to not have to worry about too much.
But
Yeah,
at what
story.
cost?
I really enjoyed the characters a lot. It was very emotional, especially towards the end of the main story. I feel like the epilogue slowed down a little bit because
I mean, as it's want to do, as an epilogue.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but you play as a character, and it's just I don't know if you really need to play that character again, but I don't know. It was an enjoyable game overall, I would say. The world's fun to play through. It's a lot more alive, I feel like, than the first game. I think the first game was a lot of deserts. This one has a lot more forests and stuff alongside the deserts. You can actually visit the big portion of the area from the first game, which is pretty cool. And there's like that, and then there's a whole other world where the main game takes place. But you can't see any of the old characters or anything, so that wouldn't make it much sense since Marston met him in the first game, so you couldn't meet them again, I guess.
Was it how did you like the horse petting feature? Did you enjoy that?
I did it every day, and then fed the horse every day. Yeah, I do. Otherwise, the horse man will get mad at you, and the horse
Oh yeah,
gets happy.
I did see one GIF where it was during a cutscene, and then a train was going by, and then there was like a horse and a person like cut. They were clipping through the rail. They were clipping through the train, and they were just being dragged by it, which ruined the cinematic experience of that particular person. So,
Well, that can happen, I suppose. The game, it's Rockstar and Bethesda. They all have their glitchy games, don't they?
oh yeah, I heard Fallout 76's beta got even worse.
We'll see how the full game goes. It's about to come out, actually. 2 days? It's actually
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's
came out
like they
pretty
said they
fast.
can't fix all of the issues in the beta, so they're just gonna release the game with problems. That's not good.
Well, we'll see what happens. I probably won't. I don't know. Think I'm gonna buy it, but I don't know. If Jeremy convinces me, I might buy it. But no promises, everyone. Don't expect a review.
Yeah.
Never. Anyways,
Well, I think that just about wraps up this episode, folks.
does it wrap it up? We can
I don't
go
know.
with
Do you have any? Do
another-
you have any final thoughts, Jordan? Any further hot takes you'd like to say?
takes? I know, right? Hey, it's been a hot video. It was only in the beginning. Now it's been pretty cool. Hot takes. I can do a rant if you want.
Maybe later. That can be a separate video. Generate some controversy views.
We already
Do a
have
bunch of-
controversy views in this episode.
Do
That's-
a bunch of jump cuts and just yell at the camera a lot.
The
Just
good thing
like,
is, by the time we get to like 100 episodes and we actually have subscribers, nobody will ever watch this episode.
yeah. What if we
One
get like?
person's gonna watch it and then they're gonna post all over Reddit how bad, terrible people we are.
Yeah.
Well, a terrible person I am. Then again, you said kill all gamers, so.
That's bad taken out of context.
Oh, I'm gonna put it as a cold open, so.
Oh no.
Purge all gamers.
Don't do this
That's
to
gonna be the
me.
quote of the year. Anyways, that was the episode, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. We need to do
Uh-oh.
a segue for my corner.
Oh yeah. Well, it's too late now. Is it? Jonathan's Corner, everyone. Clap if you will.
Okay, looks like I've got the canvas already. Got OBS's recording. Okay, I think we are ready to roll. Hey everyone, it's me, Jonathan, from Drom to Games. So remember how I've been having issues with OBS starting and stopping recording at weird times and it just cutting up my usual hour and a half long recording into very small chunks. Well, it happened again, and that's why you won't be able to see the first 15 minutes of me working on this. And it turns out that I set the hotkey for recording in OBS, for starting and stopping recording, as the letter I. And Clip Studio Paint's hotkey for eyedropping colors is also the letter I. And we probably changed it during the live episode when Jordan was visiting so that we had an easier time of starting and stopping the recording, since we didn't have our computer like right next to us. Anyway, you know what Crush 40 says, you live and you learn. Oops. So Jordan said to draw something sinful this episode. It was very, very hot button issues talked about, and I decided to combine all of the most sinful things I could think of, which is, hell. I started off with importing a picture from like a public commons, and it's in the public domain, so don't flag me, YouTube. Yeah, it's Hieronymus Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, the Hell panel, that famous triptych most people learn about in Intro to Art History 1, and I think it might be one of my favorite depictions of hell. It's got everything you want: desexualized nudity, people in agony, animals punishing humans, fire, you name it, it's got it. Oh, it's also got surreal man trees that are men. And yeah, so I liked the whimsical nature of it, so that's why I wanted to base my composition off of it. Also, it's just got really nice colors, so when I was just picking colors and just blocking out just random shapes based on where they were, I already ended up with a harmonious color palette. Even though there are a lot of colors working in there, it all just works somehow. I don't know how people, like, back then did it, how those old painters did it. It's like magic. And you know what else is pretty magical? Polyhedral shapes. Yeah, so this is, I started, after I blocked out all of the colors, I wanted to make, like, a more complex composition, so I started roughing out a bunch of different ideas. I tried settling on this one right here, which is, an homage to Albrecht Dürer's Melancholia, which is one of my favorite pieces of art of all time. And funny story, I made this polyhedra. It's called a truncated triangular trapezohedron, and some people think that it's a weird shape, and some people associate it with heaven. So I thought it might be a subtle contrast to what's going on in the background, but I don't know if anyone would be able to get that. So this composition just wasn't really working for me. I tried a bunch of different things. I was really set on like having this like creepy clown angel child just staring at the viewer while reading their book about probably sinful things, but I'll never know what they were reading unless I go back and try this again. But I don't know, I feel like this just wasn't really working, and I really missed the colors of the original composition, so I decided to go back to that and form a more simpler, go for a simpler figure. A part of what made me want to do like a color field background was Twitter user Focus, or at QS75834's artwork. They mainly just draw Animal Crossing characters in surreal environments. They mostly just draw Rover, which is kind of weird, but I mean, everyone's got their own favorite character, and their art is very important to me, so, whatever. But they also do a lot of color field abstractions of those characters and of other random things, and I just think they're so beautiful. So I wanted to try that out here, and digital painting just makes that really easy. So you can just apply paint. Apply LED signals. It's fake paint. It's digital paint. Yeah, you're just applying paint without any of the mess. You don't gotta buy any tubes. You don't gotta buy brushes. It's great. Well, I actually bought a lot of brushes, So I guess it's sort of a moot point there. Yeah, so now I'm working on like the final composition and just rendering it a little bit more. I wanted to make it a little bit more polished, since like I said before, when I use this sort of painterly style, I tend to work a lot faster. But I wanted to try and polish it as much as possible, and just really experiment, because I've never really made like larger works or larger compositions using this style, and I think it's something I want to try more of. I really liked how expressive this is. It's like someone fighting with something unknown, something organic. Maybe I could have communicated that better somehow, but I think I'm pretty pleased with the final product. And here's me messing with all of the blending modes. You gotta mess with them at least once. I mean, every time I finish a piece, I just lie awake at night thinking about the opportunities or what could have happened had I changed the blending modes of a certain layer, or added an overlay, or 20% overlay, and then a 30% linear burn of some texture or whatever. Oh no! I should have put a texture on it. Oh no! I'm regretting everything now. Okay, good. I gotta focus on the future now. I'll just do that next time. It's okay. So yeah, I had a lot of fun working on this piece, and I hope you had fun watching me work on it. It's episode 8 of this podcast, which is almost our 10th episode anniversary, even though we had a fifth episode anniversary not too long ago. But you gotta celebrate those milestones whenever they come. Alright, I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
And we're back. What's the snapping? I hope you guys enjoyed that Jonathan's Corner. That was amazing, Jonathan Jordan.
Thank you.
What did I just say? I just said
Jonathan Jordan.
That was a good drawing, Jonathan Jordan.
That's the second custom character.
Oh, I'm too tired for this. I'm laughing at myself.
Anyway, you can, if you want, our music is made.
Jonathan's messing up too today.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a day, okay?
It's been a day and a half. What's Sunday? You didn't even work.
Well,
I had a long day, everyone.
I had church. I had to renounce my sins.
Renounce my sins. Jonathan has a lot of sins, as you can tell from his drawing today. See, now you have to draw something sinful. It's in the episode.
Okay. Yeah, so our music is made by Pop Spirit. You can go check out more of their music at popspirit.net.
It is popspirit.net? I thought it was a different site.
No, it's popspirit.net. And you can also find them on Bandcamp. And buy their music. Support them. Support indie musicians.
Yeah, and then follow us on Twitter. While you're at it, going through your .coms. At Bekustian, which will be in the description. I don't try and spell that out, if you will. Oh, no, you're Jonathan now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Jonathan. I'm at Jonathan How Ye on Twitter.
Yeah, and then I might not like 1985, which if you get that reference, you can tell me why it's 1985 at the end. I'll give you $20.
If you say what reference, you can email us at drawntogamescast@gmail.com and put in the subject title, I know what that reference is, and then Jordan will send you a thing.
It might not be $20. I don't have money.
Might be something else. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
It's a coupon for generic gamers.
Oh boy, I don't. Yeah, you can use that coupon. You'll get an added 20% onto your purchase price. Just keep going up, guys.
Yeah, but if you have any other comments or questions, feel free to DM us. Make sure to like, favorite,
and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch.
And also hit the bell to receive notifications for when a new episode is up.
Yeah, because I guess no one's getting notifications anymore, basically.
Yeah, click that bell. Smash that bell button. Crack the bell like the Liberty Bell.
Ooh, getting a little American there, especially on Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, by the way, everyone.
Happy Veterans Day, everyone.
Veterans in our audience.
We thanks for fighting for America. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
We hope we can give you welfare in the future, but not today.
Oh gosh, that's a whole political thing. Let's not get into politics.
Yeah,
We've done enough in this episode.
That's enough.
That's enough.
You know, at the end of the day, Jordan, we may have differing opinions, but you know what's important? The most important thing is that we talked about it.
Oh boy, I don't think we need to get into this. All right, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.